Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. Things are a little hectic around here. You may hear um, noise in the background because we're switching some stuff around. Like we're swapping. My son is taking. Oh, God, this is confusing now. My son is going to move into what is now my husband's office, and vice versa. It's. I should have just gone shopping for the day or something because they're like five 19-year-old boys. It sounds like someone just hurt themselves with a hammer or something. Anyway, so it's, yeah, a little crazy. Um, so I'm in the coffee house and I'm gonna do the kitchen. I had so much trouble. This kitchen feels small to me. I put two windows in here. I I mean maybe it is small. That might be why it feels small to me. Um, but so I was looking for kitchen furniture, and then I got dragged into a discussion about which couch are we keeping and that stuff. I got diverted from finding um, finding the right uh, kitchen furniture. Let's see. App Nintendo. How bad is this stuff really? I guess. Let's look. Base. Oh, this isn't wood. This is okay. I can't close the door between the this room I'm in, the living room, and the rest of the place because there's a mattress in the way. So yeah. Um, let's see. Let's look at wooden snowman wooden. I think I might take the path of least resistance. Snowman wooden. Let's say the sink without um the fabric. Where is that snowman? I know there is one, right? Yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. Brazil nut. I'm thinking, and see, there's black granite, black marble. I think the black marble, and then everything else. Even though this says white, it's not going to be white. It's going to be light. Let me see. Sink. Um, yeah. So actually, for that, yes, I do want it to be light. Um, okay. See, the sink can go there. I don't know why I put this here, but I was feeling claustrophobic. You know why I probably was feeling claustrophobic? Because the walls are brick. That's why I was feeling claustrophobic. Oh my gosh, why didn't that occur to me? Okay, so let's tile the walls. I was just feeling, I mean, I know the place is small, but I was just feeling like super claustrophobic. So that's why let's see. He's, my son's trying to keep all the guys on track, which they're getting distracted by looking at his stuff and things like that. And I like this is hysterical. Um, let's see. Meanwhile, my husband is in what's going to be his, or what is starting to be his office, and he's just like, can't deal. Um, but it is like it's very chaotic. Let's see. You know, I have no freaking idea. Oh, and this doesn't have white on top. God, why do they do that? I want something light. Ooh, you know what? I think I know, and I can't do this half white, right? No. I think, hang on. That, that wasn't the one. This one, I think. Let's see how this looks. I'm thinking just very clean and crisp. Um, let's see. Yeah, I get the feeling that is not going to work with the, well, I don't know. I guess I should wait and see what the furniture is. Start doing this because covering up the white wall is not going to help my claustrophobia. I'm just wondering if it's me, if it's like I actually if it's just my claustrophobia or whether this is really if this is going to end up like this. Why do those look so much bigger than they normally do? That's weird. I don't know why those look so big. I mean, I don't think this is the one I was thinking of because I was not really looking to use this one again. Let me see if they're the same size. They're the same size. They look totally like the same thing, but there's a slight difference really in color. Hey, Nikki Chim Chim. I got this has like been I had a very confusing half hour. I was trying to get stuff done and I'm like getting certain people asking me to intervene with other certain people. And I was just like, I really don't have time for this. But it got a little. At one point, someone was like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I'm like, wait, what? It's 6 o'clock. So I didn't get enough done as far as decisions. Yeah, we have too many couches. So this couch, it's not a huge couch, but um, it's a decent sized couch, sofa, whatever. And it fit when it fit in my husband's office. Now my son doesn't want it in his room. So it's just like he's like, tell him to just put it somewhere. I'm like, where? Where? We have no room. We have to empty out the garage as it is. But I was like, we don't have room. Oh, wait a minute. This might be a happy medium. So I was just like, I don't know. We do have a chaise lounge in the living room. I said, fine. Just tell your father that I don't mind getting rid of the chaise lounge. And then I saw my husband. I'm like, we can get rid of the chaise lounge if you want to put the other sofa in there. He's like, I have a plan. It's like, oh no, oh no. Hey Barry, I'm doing okay. How are you? Yeah. Um, so I was just like, I should have, you know what? I should have gone out shopping for the day or something. It's just like, and then my son's trying to control the craziness of his friends and get them to stay on point, and I don't know. And it's it's a job. So I'm just like, oh God. I can't close the door from the living room where I am to the rest of the house because there's a mattress in the way. I'm just like, and I so often get dragged into this stuff. What happened to the light switch? Oh, it probably got knocked down. Nope, there it is. And I'm like, oh, please leave me out of this. You guys can like, it's just one of those, you know. It's just one of those things. Hey. I don't, I guess, I don't know I don't know what towels I want to use. I have not the foggiest idea. Can you do half white with it? No, you can't. Shoot, I don't know. Maybe it's wall panels I want to use? No. Oh my god, I'm just, shoot. I seriously want them to go home. Oh my god, no, wrong door. It's not the one I needed closed. I am just like so... okay, I'm gonna try this. Let's see. I don't know. The other ones look too light. I think that's part of the problem. um, yeah, Nikki, I can't do that. I can't, because they're both difficult in their own way, and I want them to keep speaking to each other. What happened, Barry? Why did you only get a few hours sleep? Yeah, I mean, I've been playing this part um, for like years now. Ooh, I don't like that. Shoot. Well, because I didn't get enough sleep the last couple nights. I'm not feeling great, but that literally is a just a result of not getting enough sleep because my husband's been like doing a lot of stuff in preparation for this whole move. So we've been getting to bed at like 1, which is not good for me. I have not the foggiest idea what to do with these walls. Um, so, uh, and I think this is probably too dark.
Yeah, what's that?
Guys,
Sorry.
that's kind of nice. I think I'm gonna go with that. If I couldn't do half white, then absolutely I wouldn't. But oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Like, this is so stressful. Oh, we have too much stuff. That's the problem. We have way too much stuff. Um, my husband, the house we moved from, it belonged to his family. Um, it went to his ex-wife, which I'm not happy about, but he's not happy about either. But the problem was that house was about twice the size of this one, but my husband wanted to keep everything, all the furniture. So we like literally had a tractor trailer across the country. And this is a ranch house that I don't know anything about square footage or anything, but it doesn't hold all this stuff. So a lot of stuff is in the garage. The garage is full. There's like nothing else will go in there, and my husband is a pack rat, so he will not. I can't get him to get rid of stuff. I mean, it's impossible. He just like, okay, so here's an example, which is just bizarre. When I was pregnant, so he was married twice before. So when I was pregnant, he pulls out a trash bag from one of these cupboards in the dining room and says, "Well, I have some of Jane's maternity clothes. Would you want to look at them?" And I was like, "No, I don't. No, I absolutely do not." I I kind of thought that would go without saying, right? No, we're not moving. So my I had talked about this a little, but so when we basically assigned rooms, one reason we put my son where he was is first of all he was 3. He was like, I don't know what, 2.5 feet tall. I don't remember, but he was pretty small, and my husband needed the space because he has like a zillion files, and so it wasn't a big deal. Except now my son is 19, and he our son is 19, and he he is going to live with us for a couple more years, which if you're a mom, you probably would know that just thrills me to pieces. I don't want him to move out any sooner than necessary. My husband really wants him to keep living with us as long as possible too. I mean, we're not clingy or anything. It's just, and of course, when he talked about finding a place, we were like, oh yeah, sure. We didn't like tell him don't move out, but when he said, I've looked around and it's really expensive, so I'm gonna wait till I'm making a better salary, we were like, oh yeah, sure. And then, but he does VR chat a lot because he meets a lot of other people who are trans, and it's a really great comfort zone for him, but he needs the space because of that. So he said something to me, and then I just casually mentioned to my husband, um have you thought maybe about switching your office with, and letting Lawrence have that, and you taking his room because he really needs the space. And I told my son, just wait, just give it some time. I think I'm gonna use different wood for the cupboards. And yeah, no, I've never said I don't want you to move, and neither has my husband. We haven't said that. We just it I just started thinking about Toy Story. Was it 3 or 4? Now I'm forgetting. Um, I don't remember now. It was, oh, I don't remember. But when so in the beginning of whichever one it was, the son who was like a kid when the series started, um, is packing up his stuff to go to college, and his mom like starts tearing up, and I was just thinking about that because I mean I had kind of expected that last year, because I knew he was going to go to college, and but because of the pandemic, then he didn't. He went for 3 weeks to college, and it was too stressful for him, and we were like, yeah, fine, whatever. Um, but I think that works much better. But so he was not interested in living on campus, and we were like, I tried to persuade him to do so, which of course it turned out for the best that he didn't because he only stayed 3 weeks. But was like, you're missing a big part of the college experience. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. So, um, that's too late. So I'm not going to say I was relieved, but I was relieved. Um, let's see. I guess should I just go with nah? Just go with black marble. Um, so uh, okay. Um, so anyway, it's I mean, but this way he's staying at least a couple more years. He really needs a bigger place, and so it's just there's a lot of tension because my husband had this huge room, and now he's having to like cram everything into. My mom thought I would never ever. So when I did 2 years ago, she was like, "I am heartbroken." Don't hold it against her. It is really um, eh, it's your child. You like have almost a physical like in. It feels like almost a physical connection. When he was younger, um, I when he was like 2 or 3 years old. I mean, up until when he first started preschool. Ooh, this is nice, but not right for this. I don't think. Um, I. It's not that I panicked when I wasn't with him, but I always felt better when he was somewhere around. I don't think I have anything to match this now. Um, so I know that sounds like really clingy, but um, Andy Stone clouding. I don't think there's a floor thing for this. So, but I think it's literally a physical thing. I don't. So it's like your child is almost um, like an arm or a leg, and when they're not around, you just feel like it. Something's distinctly missing. So it's not something that necessarily means they're clingy. It just means that I mean this is like a really normal way for parents to feel. So so you know it's it's just hard to get used to. Um oh, that's too late. Oh, that looks horrible. I want to find something. Those dark the panels that were there on the floor look too dark. Um let's see. Oh, this is not an easy decision. Because nothing's coming to mind. That's the ones I just tried, right? Rats. Am I gonna have trouble finding like the right? Let's see. Nope, wrong one. Definitely not the right one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that. I mean, that. Yeah. So that was part of it. Probably the other stuff was part of it, but yeah. I mean, it's really you really want to protect your kids. So yeah, I can see that. I'd like the stress in here. Please let this day be over. Um, and honestly, like one of my son's friends are being helpful, and the others are just goofing around a lot. And two of them were supposed to get here in the morning, and they didn't get here until 4, so it wasn't helpful. What about this? I think is going to be too dark. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I like that. It's a little yellow, but there won't be much of it showing. Honey, okay, I've got to mute for a second. So I mean, it's a weird color. Let's see. Maybe if I put, oh, God. Maybe if I put, someone's just here going, you have to talk to him about the sofa. And I'm like, no, I really don't. You just have to chill just chill. I was like, just chill. He's like, no, but I don't have room. I want to have the guys over. I'm like, I'm saying chill temporarily. I'm not saying you have to chill permanently about this, but just, because my husband's saying he has a plan. He's going to just get stressed out if like everyone's on them. So just shoot me now. Seriously, please just shoot me now. This is just not fun. So I'm gonna. Oh God. Hang on. My son apologized profusely because he forgot to close the door when he was vacuuming. Oh my God, I'm like so distracted. I like sincerely apologize. I feel really badly, but hopefully this is over now. Okay. So I mean, I do think the floor is a little strange, but mainly in color. But I honestly I think it's going to be fine. Now I just have to remember what the color was. Oh my God, seriously, guys. Just shoot me now. One of the one of the things that's going on, Nikki, is that my son is on the spectrum. Like not it's people told me don't use like high and low, don't use severe. I mean, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to use. So he and I are both apparently both on the spectrum. And now I can't remember what wood this was. So the problem is he's getting I don't want to use the word obsessive. It's like so it's he can't let go of this as far about getting the couch out of there. And I'm like, no, you really have to just chill. So that's very incompatible with my husband who moves at his own pace. And so this is one reason that we have a lot of these uh, uh, clashes. Now I can't remember what this was. It wasn't black granite. It was black marble, right? No, wait a minute. It's on black. Here it is. Okay. So that's the problem. Is that I can see both sides most of the time. So, let's see. I can't do. So I can't put a corner there. I could move the window. Okay, so I have to figure out what I'm doing with the fridge. There's a snowman fridge, but it's huge, isn't it? So yeah, I mean the problem is that not intervening has worse consequences than intervening. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a non-snowman fridge because they're either really skinny or really big. So wait a minute. Okay, so furniture, kitchen, electronic equipment, refrigeration. This one is pretty big. How big is this? I think that's a reasonable size. I guess the question is, what do I want to do with it? I want to put it here. No, wait a minute. I'll put it. I'll put it here. It's a little dark. Okay, what am I gonna be able to? No, that's huge, isn't it? Shoot. Is there one? Let's see. Is this about the same size? It's a little smaller. Okay, so this one's better. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with white because it's really not white. It's just kind of light silver. Okay, that's much better. I don't know what I'm gonna do for placement here. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to do anything in the corners. What I'm going to do is, um, oh, I think I saw that, Nikki. Yeah, you understand, like my so the obsession thing. Um, there is a smaller one. I think I like, but this one definitely works out. Um, so so that's why it's like I'm pointing out to my son, okay, having it in there a week is not a disaster. Give your father time. And then I end up saying like, similar, see his side to my husband a lot of the time. Just because them fighting is too stressful. But it's always been, I don't know if it's something about um fathers and sons fighting. I know certainly mothers and daughters is like a nightmare because I was a daughter. I am a daughter actually, but it was um, stressful with my mom. That's for sure. Now, okay, so it is light. Okay, why does this keep looking like the wrong color? Okay, light mahogany with black marble. Okay. And then I actually need some kind of stove, but it can't be very big. I'm trying to think if there's like an ideal place to put it. Um, there is nothing ideal. Okay, so then the fridge and the stove have to go over here because of the window over there and there. So, okay, I'm gonna find, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use that stove that is like all one piece with a hood. I think that's the best. So let's do, I don't know, a couple of these. This one guy has been so helpful. This friend of his been here since like 9, and just like keeps working away, and thank God. Um, okay, so let's put this here, and then put that stove there, and then maybe a skinnier one. Actually, I guess I do have plenty of room. Am I missing something? So sink, dishwasher, fridge, stove. That's all the essentials, right? Hmm. Why does it seem like I'm missing something? Um, yeah, he's okay. Um, yeah, he's just very solid, steady, very chill, like incredibly chill. So he's a good guy. Um, okay. I guess obviously I'm not gonna have a lot of stuff hanging because you know, um, there isn't a lot of space. Okay, so I'm just throwing some of these down just so that I don't have to go back and figure out the colors again. I know it's not that difficult, but okay, so another, say, a 60 plus the smell of sweat. Oh my God, the smell of sweat is like knocking me out. Yikes. Um, I also try to point out to my son that in the important things, my husband is there. Like when our son told us he was trans, he was just like totally accepting, and he's almost 75. He's a lot older than me. Is that? I guess I didn't get the right color for that. So that's the important stuff. So that's what I keep trying to point out to my son. You know, your father was 100% on board, and that's the stuff that a lot of people have trouble with. So
sheets are? The new.
No, I think your dad knows where the box is, if you guys can find it. But he said he knew where it was. You notice, like, normally I can get through a stream without like having to talk to anyone in the house very much. But yeah, I was just like, you got to get some perspective here. No, I don't know.
Actually, no.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What's that?
Guys,
Very
just
just-
guys. Um, there's no. You should see our living room. There's no way they're gonna find this box from Amazon. Not until everything else is put away. Um, yeah. So I mean, like I said, my husband's 75 and was like totally accepting from the get go. So, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting so distracted. It's just like people keep coming in and like waving at me, like, you know. It's been a day. Okay, it's temporarily quiet. Yes. Okay, so I think I can do like a 50 in there, probably. Oh my god, they all like went somewhere. I don't hear any talking. Okay, so light mahogany, tabletop black marble. Oh, okay, it's a 60. Okay, cool. Please let it fit. Had trouble recently with that. Okay. Oh, that's just about perfect. Maybe not 100% the close. Oh, that's weird. So that didn't get. Okay, so now it's up against the wall. Okay, I see. I got him new sheets. He wanted pink. We got him pink. Uh, uh, t-shirt material. I'm trying to remember the name. Okay, so let's see. So I guess I could put a couple hanging cupboards there. Oh my. I just slammed the door. No problem. No problem. Don't worry about it, guys. Okay, let's see. And what's nice also his friends are totally accepting. And he's still using male pronouns, by the way. So that's why this is. It's a little confusing, but let's see. And those white front glass, yeah. That actually fits really well, so I don't think I should look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay. Let's see. I always have trouble lining these up. Yeah, I didn't really do a great job. Let's see. Okay, I think that's the best I'm gonna do. Let's do. Let's see. Yeah, I think because a lot that's been going on is like during the pandemic. Obviously, he couldn't see his friends a lot, so now he wants to do like an overnight because at least in theory, that's not going to cause problems. Hopefully. Oh, I'm gonna be 60 in 2 months, in on October 9th. So yeah, my husband's gonna be 75 October 30th. So yeah, and we're married. Our anniversary is October 27th. So we have 3 things in October, which is a little confusing sometimes. Um, oh, that's not gonna fit, is it? Do I have a skinny one? What size was that? 40. Oh, I think we do have a 30, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay. Um, yeah. So, yes, I am galloping towards 60. It's a little weird, I have to say. It does, I don't know. It does, like, not freak you out, but I mean, the thing is, it's just a round number. That's why we all, like, we glom onto those, but I mean, it's just a number. So, um, uh, well, we had to get married when we got married, which I know sounds really weird, but we've been planning to get married, but we weren't going to get married till the next year um, uh, because we didn't know what coast. Like my family was already all out on the West Coast, and um, but my husband's kids were like all over the place, all over the country. So in fact, I think my oldest stepson actually lived out here then, but then he moved back and forth. But I guess I do have a lot of room for hanging cupboards. Well, I guess I'll see if I actually want to keep putting some on there. But so we couldn't, you know. Oh, okay, Barry. Have a good night. Hopefully you'll get more sleep than last night. Okay. I hope so. So take care. Um, am I forgetting something? Okay, I want under the cupboard lights. Um, so so we just hadn't even figured out what coast. So do I want to use fluorescent? Yeah. Um, so then I had my first MS attack, and uh, so I was in the hospital for I think 3 days, and I kept my boss apprised of what was going on. And so then I get back to work, and I work 40 hours a week 40 hours a week for the next 3 weeks. And he fires me. He was claiming that hadn't been, I hadn't been, performing my job adequately. I'd only been there like 2 months, which so it was first of all that was ridiculous. But uh, I was like, I don't even have a job description. Okay, so what is it that I haven't been doing? Because the other thing was I was hired to be website marketing manager. Website marketing. Well, I actually was supposed to be a manager, and then when I started, he's like, "Okay, I think I'm going to keep the team under my direct supervision." And I was like, "Okay." And but then I find out that the website isn't ready. So I was just helping out wherever I could, with people, helping with a database, stuff like that. Um, so then I was like, I don't, how could I not be performing if I can't even do my job yet because the website isn't ready. And he was just like, yeah, I'm not going to discuss this with you, blah, 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 blah. So, so yeah, well, um, so the situation was that he inherited the company. So his grandfather started it. He never had to look for a job in his life. Um, he, I mean, he's just a complete another, you know. So, I was so furious. I remember I went home, I called my husband. I was like livid. I had been so, like, I was having trouble. I had had blurred vision. I was having trouble walking. I mean, there was all this stuff going on, and I still made it um, to work 40 hours for 3 weeks. And so I was just furious. I was like, there was absolutely no basis at all for for it. So not to mention, I'd never been fired in my life. I was just completely shocked. And so um, I mean, obviously, there's a pretty long story about that, but the main thing I actually, let me see. The main thing is that, um, my husband worked for a congressman who was up for reelection. So this was October, so he was up for reelection first week in November. And um, so now there's no point. I used to put coffee, but what's the point? Let's see, microwave. Let's see, cutting board. Um, so we were concerned because since I had only been there 2 months, I was not. I was still on. It was like really complicated insurance wise. Let's just put it that way. And let's see. Um, so then we decided to get married so that I could be on my husband's plan because even if the congressman didn't win, oh wait a minute, I think I want to do the other one. Then we still had 18 months of health insurance through Cobra. I mean, it's more expensive, but those don't look shiny. They look kind of plasticky. Not to be negative, but yeah, critical. I'm sorry, but it's just not working for me. So, so then that's why we got married. To make a long story or short story long, one or the other, I'm not sure. Um, so anyway, let's see. But yeah. So it was good because the congressman did lose. But yeah, so this guy, I mean, he was a boss, but he also was the owner of the company or like mostly owner. I was never sure if his father and his grandfather still owned part of it. But so he just felt untouchable. And he was very strange. He was really strange. I mean, I actually wasn't that sorry to leave because, for instance, he was just weird. There were so many weird things. Um, I feel like we need a double sink. Do I have a sink out here? I do. That's probably enough. I mean, it's not like they would be. So we really would be looking at bake stuff. That's what they'd be doing. Okay, so I have. Let's see. Um, yeah, it sucked, and the guy was just such a jerk. Um, but he so I wasn't going to file a complaint with the EEOC because I'm one of those people that like I just move on. Um, I like put things behind me and I move on and I don't hold a grudge. I just tend to I don't know. That's just how I do things. And but my husband and his friend, who was a congressman, were like, so the congressman Sam was like, listen, apparently he's been doing this to other people, and I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, so there is someone who's been with a company for, um, oh, I meant to put plate. There's someone who's been with a company for decades, and they have cancer, and so he's doing the same thing. What he had done is he switched me as soon as I got sick. he switched me from hourly, wait, wrong one, hourly or salary to hourly, because he was like, oh well, it'll just be easier for you um to make it your doctor's appointments without having to worry about whether you're um, whether you're making up your time or something. And I was like, okay. And so apparently he was doing the same thing to this person who had cancer, and apparently there's more than one person. And so what happens is if you fell below 30 hours a week, you lose your health insurance. And so just a complete and utter, you know. So Sam and my husband were like, listen, these are people who've been with the company. This has been their career, and they probably don't want to make waves. And you're. Let's see. Did I have a? I think I already had another job then. Um, but they were like, you have to do this for them so that next time he'll think twice. And I was like, well, okay. I literally had like a day to file the complaint. So I was like, well, okay. Um, but so we filed with the EEOC. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really is. There's no safety net. You're screwed. Um, but so I filed with the EEOC, and um, let's see, and so the lawyer was someone that my husband had also met through. I mean, what else do I have? Cake, donut. Do I have donuts? Oh yeah, okay. Um, I need a big plate though. Shoot, do I have like a baking pan or something? Let's see. Um, and the lawyer told me, so this is a step that we have to take because um, we can't file a civil suit until we file. I'm gonna have to find some kind of hand for those on the workshop at some point. That's not gonna work. Um, so the EEOC almost never finds in the for the employee. I was like, what, really? And he was like, yeah, no, that's unfortunately the way it is. And so he said, but we have to go through this step. I was like, well, okay. So we went through the whole process, which I won't go into, but the EEOC found for in my favor. My lawyer was just like absolutely flabbergasted, but the problem is so my old boss started lying during the. It was it's like this just a few people like me, my lawyer, him, his lawyer, the HR person, the EEOC guy. So there were just a few of us. It wasn't like some big to do, but so it's like still like testimony. So let's see, what else do we have? And this doesn't have a plate. No. Um, and so you can't lie. I don't remember specifically whether I took an oath, but I think I did. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But so but you don't lie to this person. So the problem was this guy starts. It was in two parts because he insisted he was too busy to do the whole 4 or 6 hours, whatever it was. And what happened, because he's such an unbelievable liar, he started in the second session he started contradicting what he had said in the first one, because that's the problem when you're lying, is it's hard to remember what you had said. Meanwhile, I wasn't lying about anything, so I wasn't having trouble keeping my story straight. So at one point, I mean, my lawyer and I were kind of looking at each other like, uh, I mean, we knew that he was contradicting himself. And I think, I'm not sure. I know I have this in the bathroom upstairs, but let me see. It's a little light, isn't it? So at one point, his lawyer was like, can I have 5 minutes in the hall with my client? And I think the EEOC guy probably was noticing the same thing. And so he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Or I think he asked us, and we're like, yeah, sure, no problem. So they were like furiously talking. Like it was a door with glass. So we like heard them like furiously talking to each other. And then they come back in, and my old boss says, I think I may have misspoke. And my lawyer like nudged me under the, oh, that's way too late. Nudged me under the table, and I was like, yeah. um, but yeah, he was a complete and utter, you know. So so then that's why the EOC guy found in my favor. So then it went to, went to court. He was so mad. He blamed his lawyers for the fact that he had lost the case. I think this actually works pretty well in here. And so he fired them, and he got like a fancy big city law firm. Um, and they were really sharks. But again, like I went in to do my deposition. Again, I wasn't concerned because I was telling the truth, so it wasn't hard to keep track of what I was saying. And they tried to trip me up and like um say, well, you said this, and I'm like, no. Like, so I had to keep correcting them, but I knew obviously what they were trying to do. But I just would look at them like with this, like, when you're dealing with a child, I just look at them with this look like, no, and just, I totally, I mean, they had no shame at all. But it was, it was tiring, but it was somewhat entertaining in a way because they just kept trying to like pull one over on me, and I'd just be like, no, that's not what happened. I'm not sure who told you that, but that is completely inaccurate. So they were, yeah, they were nasty. But so what happened is um um yeah, he didn't misspeak. He just was a complete and utter liar. That's really bright, but I'm not sure if that's actually bad. I think these if I bring them up high, they don't wash out the little tile. So then what happened is, so then it went to court, and so I need lights over there. So maybe what I'll do is put this. So I get there, I say hi to my lawyer, and he's like, okay, so the judge wants us to try to do mediation. And I was like, well, if you're fine with that, then I'm fine with it. So
Guess
he's
who
like,
now has a desk?
um,
Me.
you had a desk before.
Well, no, set up.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, so, uh, I lose my train of thought so easily, and it's a huge surprise, but I'm losing my train of thought. So, but I wasn't allowed in for some reason. Even though my old boss was, which I thought didn't really seem fair, but what are you gonna do? So, so I'm waiting outside, and so my lawyer comes out and says, "Okay, they want to settle. Here's a number. Does that work for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so then he went back in, and then ooh, plants, and then they came out, and my lawyer said, "Hang back. Don't just let's. I don't want to be right behind them." And I'm like, "Okay." And so then he's like, "I have something to tell you." I said, "Okay." And he's like, "So," and this guy's name is Ken with two N's, which was just a little too precious for me. But so yeah, Ken's big complaint that he was whining about, he's been ostracized at his country club. And I was like, "Oh yeah, boo hoo." God, these plants are so big. Why couldn't they give us? I was like, yo, that's really rough. I was unemployed for a while, so I'm not really feeling too sympathetic. He's like, yeah, no, I didn't think you would be. But he said he had trouble like not laughing because he just was cracking up so much when Ken was whining and complaining about this. Um, I thought that was wonderful, and I think I know how that happens because I had nothing to do with that. But apparently, the country club they were at, he was at, is the same country club that my husband's friend, the former congressman, was at. So I get the feeling um, might have let it slip to a couple people. Ken had fired someone 3 weeks after she was diagnosed with MS. So yeah, I was like, go Sam. I thought that was fantastic. Um, but yeah, so that's the extremely long story. And I actually left a lot out, as you can imagine. But so I just wanted to cost the guy a lot of money so that hopefully he would think twice. And apparently I did cost him a lot of money. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. I think it must have. So my lawyer worked on contingency. So it didn't technically cost me anything except for part of the settlement. And um, which I'm very grateful to him for taking on contingency because I, we wouldn't have had the money to hire a lawyer. Um, he was a good guy. He was a referral from the congressman. So, yeah, that was, I apparently cost him close to 200,000. So I was pretty happy about that, as you can imagine. I'll tell him you said congratulations on the desk. Yeah. So yeah. But this guy, well, the best thing was, now this was before the trial, before the EEOC thing. Actually, at this point, he probably didn't know I was going to go to the EEOC because I don't think I knew it myself at this point. But a few months later, so this, the website we were working on was called toiletpaperworld.com. So yeah, I didn't know that when I accepted the job, to be honest. But and I spent some of the time I spent when I was twiddling my thumbs waiting for the site to be ready was putting together a toilet paper encyclopedia. So less said of this, the better. Let's just put it that way. Um, but um, so I put my resume was online for years because that obviously made sense, right? Um, so one day, and because that was the most recent um, experience, I don't know why I should have just ignored the experience, which I actually is what I did subsequently in later years. But so the most recent experience was, this company working on toiletpaperworld.com. So I get this furious email, like, I guess it was like 6 months later, telling me that they had launched the site finally, but the site that was coming up before toiletpaperworld.com in Google, was it Google? Yeah, it was probably Google. 2000. Yeah, it was 2000. Was before, if you put in toiletpaperworld.com, toiletpaperworld.com didn't come up first. My resume came up first, which I hadn't even noticed. I mean, wasn't searching for my own resume, or I wasn't searching for toiletpaperworld.com. He was so furious. So he said, you have to take that down. And I was like, hey, Ken, you know how you hired me to market toiletpaperworld.com? Well, guess what? It looks like I'm really good at my job. I was just like, tough shit. Oh, sorry, excuse my language. But like, tough noogies, buddy. That's just the way it goes. Um, so, and then my husband ultimately was like, yeah, do you really want that on your resume? And I was like, good point, actually. Um, so, um, so yeah, um, I took it off, which I was actually pretty happy to do, come to think of it. Yeah, I know. It just, and he was such a freaking doofus that, I mean, the thing is, well, he probably just lost his temper and like just wrote the email. But I mean, the thing is, you have a halfway decent website marketer, and it's not an issue. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna take these. So I'm gonna put the big one in, the big fruit ball. So it really should not have been a big deal, but he probably hadn't hired someone to replace me. I don't know. Who knows? Or maybe they sucked. I have no idea. But yeah. So yep. Poor guy. Things are rough. Well, I guess I'm done with this. I'm trying to figure out what to work on in the next stream, and I do not know. I do not know. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work on, I think this room upstairs. So I want to make it really cozy for, like, as I said, like book clubs and stuff like that. So I think that ought to be fun. So I'm going to take a brief break. I am going to try to get to the bathroom. Hopefully there is nothing in the way. Um Fingers crossed. But and then I will be back. So Nikki, shouldn't you be going to sleep? Yeah, your country club hates you. Yeah, that one like it. And you know what? Sam wouldn't admit to it. I didn't even ask him because I knew he wouldn't admit, but I really wanted to find out if, like, what the details, but he's like the consummate politician. He would not have told me. And he wouldn't have admitted that he had anything to do with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. He's awesome. Um um so yeah, you're not tired yet? Well, I will be back in tops 10 minutes. Um, Hopefully, it will not take me too long to get to the bathroom. But yeah, so I will be back. And so I just want to thank everyone who's been watching, Nikki and other people. Everyone who's watching the VOD, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. And so I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you soon.